Hello everyone and welcome to the void between reality and the land of hacking nerds. My name is Brian, aka He of the Void, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Beast Wars anniversary reissue of the original G1 Beast Wars Optimus Primal. Yeah, I love this figure. Let's get that out of the way right now. Yes, it's an Optimus Prime / Primal figure, Primal in this case. So I'm already going to love it, but let me tell you something. I grew up with Beast Wars. Beast Wars was my first introduction to Transformers as a kid back in the 90s. And so Beast Wars is always going to hold a special place in my heart. And I never got a chance to own the original Optimus Primal. So when I found this guy on sale at a Walmart for $20, I knew I had to pick it up so I could fill a hole in my heart. And the hole has been filled, and I love this figure to pieces. It is very much a product of the 90s in that it is chock full of gimmicks. There are gimmicks upon gimmicks, next to gimmicks, underneath gimmicks, besides somehow even more gimmicks. Because this was a toy from the 90s and everything had to have play pattern. So, first of all, we'll give you a quick look at that noggin, and yeah, it's just Optimus Primal, isn't it? And you can also turn that around, and you can get his animal mask, which is cool, or his mutant mode. They all had this sort of mutant face gimmick in the beginning, and this is actually an homage to the fact that he was going to be a bat originally, but that was changed. So, as far as posability goes, there is not a ton here because, again, it is a toy from the 90s, and he has basically a whole gorilla hanging off of his back. Or at least most of a gorilla hanging off of his back. So, yeah, not much you can do about the kibble with Beastformers. There's going to be kibble in some kind of way because it's not like it's a car where you can tuck and fold everything away. It is an organic animal. But the shoulders are on swivel, can do full 360 around, hinge at the elbow, somewhat elbow or swivel, but that's more or less for the pound the chest monkey mode gimmick. Then can kick out that far, but cannot kick back that far because of the giant slab of kibble. And then he has some toe articulation, and knee articulation, obviously, and some toe articulation, but that's more or less for transformation. So let's go ahead and get into all of the gimmicks because there are a lot of gimmicks. First, and I'll do this again in monkey mode, but you can turn his arms a bit. And you can have him do, not mean for you to, hey, not yet. That'll come in soon. But you can have him do, okay, why don't you want to go? The gear mechanic, or the mechanism can be a little finicky sometimes. There he goes. And he can do the monkey mode, or the monkey rage. If you deal with these switches here, you can push them up to sort of lock in the mechanics. So now the arm will spin instead of just going in and out. But the mechanism is a little finicky sometimes. So, for the rest of the gimmicks, we'll do the two on his back now that you just saw them fire. So you push this little button on his back, and you will get his blasters. And these blasters do indeed fire. They have little missiles. Let's see how well. And they will fire as such. How well you could even see that. Do the other one. And they will fire, and I'm making sure I know where they go because we all know that there is a nefarious monster that inhabits every household. And the nefarious monster is called the Missile Gremlin. And the missile gremlin is this little creature that will appear when you... Hey, that wasn't very nice, Mr. Primal. You shot my viewers. But the missile gremlin will come when you fire a missile and you're not looking where it's going. And the missile gremlin will then come and he will steal that missile and he will return to his own dimension. And you will never see the missile again. That is the scourge of the missile gremlin. And then on his back, he has these two blue swords, which are stored underneath all of the kibble. I'm just going to fold these back just to get them out of the way so they don't keep firing off. And you can either have them, oops, sorry, buddy. You can have them either in both hands, like so, or you can Darth Maul them up, which is what I prefer. I think that looks pretty cool. That will fire. If you so much as brush that button, it'll fire off. And now the rest of his gimmicks are in his arms. So we'll start with this arm first, actually. You can, sometimes easier said than done. You can open up this panel, and inside he has this cool little mace, or morning star. Can be a little hard to get out sometimes. But you have this little morning star, and it can do the Sweeneys. And you can go in his hand like so. Which I do really like that. Give you a closer look at the head of the morning star. What's interesting is years and years later when they would do Kingdom, the Transformers Kingdom, there was a figure called Paleotrex. He was one of those fossilizers that you could pull the bits and use them with other figures in conjunction with other figures as armor. And his head, when you flip down the visor, is actually this. So it's actually an homage to this. And then in his other hand, or other arm, and again, this is sometimes easier said than done, he likes to flop. He does like to flop. Stand up tall, sir. You're the leader of the... Oh, I am hitting the wrong thing. I am an idiot. I meant to hit this because then it easily flips out into lay gun. Sometimes these shoulder pads like to collapse. And then you can take one of the two missiles, extra missiles in his back. Come on. And you can shove that in lay gun, and then you can fire lay gun into the crowd here. And I will get this missile before the missile gremlin comes for it. The nefarious missile gremlin. And then, yeah, there's that. And then you just fold it back up and into lay arm. So yeah, yeah, I like the robot mode. The robot mode is cool. It has plenty of gimmicks, a lot of stuff to keep the youngins busy. My only complaint is this had a bit more paint in the original mold, or the original incarnation of this toy. So for transformation, first thing first, you're going to turn this around. Then you are going to bring, oh, and that chest piece does like to come off, and the head does like to flop around. It does, the head does like to come off sometimes. Just put that back on. You're gonna bring this up, and you're gonna flip the monkey head, and then just collapse that like that, and just make sure everything comes up flush, like so. Then you're gonna fold up the feet, or the robot mode feet, turn this 180 degrees around, fold that back so that they kind of just collapse under the badunkadunk. Then you're gonna flip his feet, or the beast mode feet, out like such, and then pull his arms around and just close those two pieces. And there you have the monkey mode. And, you know, he doesn't really do much in this mode. You can deploy his blasters, but that just kind of looks ridiculous, in my opinion. And of course, you can position him for, as MGO so elegantly put it, why don't you want to move anymore? This arm does not want it. There we go. Is this mechanism breaking? I think the mechanism might be breaking, but he can do the monkey mode, or the monkey rage. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't really do much because it's just an animal and it's made up of a lot of gibble. You can obviously see the robot mode hanging off from most of it. But yeah, I do like it. It is a lot of fun. That's basically the extent of the articulation, really. So to get him back into robot mode, really simple. Just straighten out his legs, turn the torso around, flip in the monkey mode heels, then bring the arms down and fold up the shoulder pads. Oh, and fold down the robot mode feet. Fold up that shoulder pad. I said fold up the shoulder pad. Thank you. Then undo this section here. Like I said, the robot mode head likes to come out. And then flip in the monkey mode face. I said flip in the face, thank you. And then reattach the head. And there you go. There is Optimus Primal back in his robot mode. And really, dude? Come on, man, stand up. And yeah, it's a fun toy. It's a relic of its time. And if you can find either version of this mold, either the original or this re-release, I would suggest trying to find the re-release because it's going to be easier to find that in box and with all its accessories and not at an outrageous price. So yeah, pick up this figure. If you love Beast Wars like me, I would definitely recommend them. So there you go. There is the Beast Wars reissue Optimus Primal. I am asking you as always to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out all my links down below for all the places where you can find me and support me. Just another reminder that I'm going to be doing this at the end of each video this month. I do want to do a Halloween stream on Halloween, obviously, as the name would imply. Come on, Brian, get it right. I want to stream the Nightmare Before Christmas game Oogie's Revenge for the PS2. And I want to hang out with you guys. So go to my community tab and let me know on the poll if you guys can make it and hang out. And if enough people respond, then hey, you'll be able to see my smiling face on a camera. So yeah, until next time, my name... Get your outro right, Brian. How long have you been doing this? Remember, growing up old is mandatory. Growing up is optional. Be curious, be playful, and above all else, be kind. And I will see you next time.